Wake up to the morning light, brew a cup, it feels so right. A lead Jamaica's on the screen. With Alex now we set the scene. Beans are picked with care and pride, Blue Mountains where they reside. Roasting brings out all the taste, every drop we never waste. How is coffee made, you ask? Join us now, a joyful task. Elite Jamaica shows the way. Brew a cup and make your day.
Grinding beans to powder fine, pouring hot the perfect line. Patience is the key, my friend. Rich and bold, it's heaven sent. From the farm to your cup, sip and drink, don't ever stop. Coffee's magic fills the air. Elite Jamaica, we all share.
How is coffee made, you ask?
According to global data collected by the International Coffee Organization, over 65% of people around the world drink coffee regularly. Some of us even need it to start our day, while others love it for its rich flavors and aroma. But how much do you really know about where coffee comes from? For most people, coffee is just that, coffee. They know their favorite blend, the way they like it brewed, or the shop they get it from. But today, we're diving deep into the true origins of this beloved drink. Now, a quick note. If you're from one of the countries that produce coffee, like Ethiopia, Colombia, Brazil, Jamaica, or Vietnam, this video may not be for you. You probably already know much of this. But for everyone else, get ready to be surprised. There's a lot more to coffee's story than you might expect. The origins of coffee, a curious goat, and a global drink. Our story begins in the hills of Ethiopia, over 1,000 years ago. Legend has it that coffee was discovered by a goat herder named Kaldi. Kaldi noticed that his goats became particularly energetic after eating the red berries from a certain tree. Intrigued, Kaldi tried the berries himself and found they gave him a similar burst of energy. He took them to a local monk, who initially disapproved of the berries, but later brewed them into a drink to help him stay awake during long hours of prayer. From there, the knowledge of these energizing berries spread, and soon, coffee was on the move. By the 15th century, coffee cultivation and trade were thriving in the Arabian Peninsula. The region of Yemen, in particular, played a key role in coffee's early history. Coffee was cultivated in Yemeni monasteries, and from there, it spread throughout the Middle East. This was the beginning of coffee's global journey. Coffee houses and the spread to Persia. Once it took root in Arabia, coffee quickly became more than just a drink. It was a cultural phenomenon. Coffee houses, known as Quave Khane, sprung up in cities like Mecca and Medina. These early coffee houses were much like the cafes we know today, places where people could gather, socialize, discuss ideas, and debate politics. But coffee didn't stay confined to the Middle East for long. In the 16th century, coffee spread to Persia, Egypt, and the Ottoman Empire. Traders and travelers carried coffee beans along ancient trade routes, introducing the drink to new regions. Coffee houses opened in cities like Cairo, Damascus, and Istanbul, and they became centers of cultural exchange. In the Ottoman Empire, coffee was so important that it became a political tool. There were laws governing how coffee should be brewed, and at one point, the Sultan declared that a woman had the right to divorce her husband if he failed to provide her with enough coffee. From the Middle East to Europe. While coffee spread across the Middle East and North Africa, it wasn't until the 17th century that it began to reach Europe. It was Venetian traders who first brought coffee to the continent. They had strong trade links with the Ottoman Empire and began importing coffee to Europe in the early 1600s. Initially, coffee was met with suspicion. Some even called it the bitter invention of Satan. However, after Pope Clement VIII tasted it, he gave it his approval and coffee began to catch on across Europe. I can't say that word good enough. Coffee houses opened in cities like Venice, London, Paris, and Vienna, becoming popular places for intellectuals, artists, and merchants to meet. These coffee houses played a crucial role in the spread of ideas, and some historians even argue that the Enlightenment was fueled by coffee, as the drink kept people alert and engaged in discussions that shaped the modern world. The spread of coffee to the Americas. As European powers expanded their empires in the 17th and 18th centuries, coffee followed them. The Dutch were among the first to start cultivating coffee outside of Arabia. They established coffee plantations in their colonies in Indonesia, particularly on the island of Java, which became synonymous with coffee. In the 1800s, coffee was introduced to the Caribbean and Central and South America. French colonists brought coffee plants to the Caribbean island of Martinique, and from there, it spread to countries like Brazil and Colombia, which would go on to become two of the largest coffee producers in the world. Coffee plantations in the Americas relied heavily on slave labor, and the history of coffee production is deeply intertwined with the history of colonization and exploitation. Coffee's arrival in Jamaica. Jamaica's coffee history began in the early 1700s, when the British governor brought coffee plants to the island. Jamaica's Blue Mountains, with their high altitude and cool climate, proved to be an ideal environment for growing coffee. Over time, Blue Mountain coffee gained a reputation as one of the best coffees in the world, known for its smooth flavor and low acidity. Today, it is one of the most sought after and expensive coffees globally. Let me just put this in right here. After recording this audio for this video, I realized that the black ivory coffee is actually the most expensive coffee in the world. However, this coffee has a lot to do with elephants, and well, you can research it at your own risk, and I don't think I something where you don't want to drink still. But anyway, back to the video. The coffee buy feel like $2,500 a box in a Jamaica, and when it go away and come back and you have to buy it, you can't even use $2,500 to buy one little bottle of coffee. Trust me, that's not right. Fast forward to today, and the coffee is produced in dozens of countries, mostly in tropical regions near the equator. Brazil is the world's largest producer of coffee, responsible for about 1/3 of all coffee grown. Colombia is renowned for its high-quality Arabica beans, while Vietnam has become the top producer of Robusta beans, which are often used in instant coffee and espresso. Other major coffee producers include Ethiopia, the birthplace of coffee, as well as Kenya, Honduras, Guatemala, and of course, Jamaica with its Blue Mountain coffee. The coffee production process, from berry to brew. Before we get to that, if you're having problems where you live getting cable TV, or the cable provided by your internet provider is not working, try IPTV. You get over 15,000 channels, and you can try this free of cost for a year. Also, you get 75% discount if you decide to purchase by using the code ELITEJA. We'll be back after the break. Experience the ultimate entertainment with our premium IPTV services in Jamaica. Enjoy instant access to over 17,000 live TV channels, including popular local channels like TVJ and CVM, as well as a wide range of international HD, UHD, and 4K channels. Whether you are a fan of news, sports, movies, or TV series, our service offers an unparalleled viewing experience. Dive into a vast library of over 50,000 of the latest movies and TV series in stunning 4K and HD quality. Our user-friendly platform ensures you never miss a moment of your favorite shows, providing a seamless and high-quality streaming experience. Elevate your home entertainment with the best IPTV service in Jamaica, bringing you closer to the content you love, anytime, anywhere. Join thousands of satisfied customers and transform the way you watch TV today. Now, let's break down how coffee is actually made. Coffee comes from a plant that produces small red or almost purple fruits known as coffee cherries. Inside each cherry are two seeds, which we call coffee beans. After harvesting, these beans go through several steps to become the coffee we drink. The beans are first removed from the cherries through either a dry process, where the cherries are sun-dried before being hulled, or a wet process, where the cherries are soaked and pulped before the beans are extracted. The beans are then dried, either in the sun or with machines to reduce their moisture content. Next comes the roasting process. This is where the beans develop their flavor. Roasting coffee is both an art and a science. Roasters carefully control the temperature and time to bring out the best qualities in each bean. The longer the roast, the darker and more intense the flavor. Finally, the beans are ground and brewed into the drink we all know and love. So whether you prefer espresso, drip coffee, or a French press, every cup starts with the same basic process: growing, harvesting, roasting, and brewing. So, where does coffee really come from? The short answer is the coffee plant, which produces the coffee cherries that contain the beans. But the full story is much more complex. Coffee's journey spans continents and centuries, touching cultures from Ethiopia to Arabia, from Europe to the Americas. It's a drink that has shaped history and continues to play an essential role in the daily life around the world. The next time you enjoy a cup of coffee, think about the incredible journey these beans have taken, from ancient Ethiopia through the Arabian Peninsula and across the world. Coffee has become a global phenomenon. Each sip carries centuries of history, culture, and craftsmanship, linking us to people and places far beyond our morning routines. Understanding where coffee really comes from deepens our appreciation of the drink. It's more than just a morning pick-me-up. It's a connection to the people who cultivate, harvest, roast, and prepare the beans. Whether you are enjoying a simple cup of coffee at home or indulging in the complex notes of Jamaica's Blue Mountain variety, you are participating in a rich global tradition. If you found this exploration of coffee's origins fascinating, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your coffee-loving friends, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into history and culture of everyday Jamaican items. Let me know in the comments what type of coffee you enjoy the most, and feel free to suggest other topics you would like me to explore. Stay tuned for more exciting content from Elite Jamaica official channel. Thank you for watching.